In the CET-6 exam hall, everyone else was furiously scribbling away while you just straight up buried your head and went to sleep. Hell, you even skillfully folded the test paper into the perfect pillow. The whole room saw you as the ultimate joke, but little did they know that just moments ago, you had awakened the invincible slacking system. As long as you dared to slack off, you could master 8 languages and unlock all kinds of insane rewards. Back in the dorm, your APM had already skyrocketed to the limit. You were about to push the enemy high ground in one final wave when right at that critical moment, a cold mechanical voice suddenly boomed in your mind. Ding! The supreme slacking system has successfully bound to you. Anyone else would have jumped up in excitement, but you didn't even twitch an eyebrow. You just leaned straight into the mic and roared, "AD, tank, focus the tower." That weird system got tossed straight to the back of your mind. Half an hour later, the golden victory icon finally popped up on screen. You let out a long breath, slumped back in your gaming chair, and chugged a big gulp of ice-cold Coke. Only then did you remember that strange voice in your head. The electronic tone, which you had ignored for the past 30 minutes, rang out again at just the right moment. Ding! Detected that the host completely ignored this system for a full half hour. Such a pure slacking mentality far surpasses all previous hosts. As a special reward, here is a beginner's gift package. 1 appearance enhancement card. You nearly spat your drink all over the screen. Wiping the corner of your mouth, you muttered, "System? What host?" The system's ultimate goal was to help you become the strongest across all realms and heavens, but you cut it off with a full face of disgust. Stop right there. You want me to do quests, grind gear, slap faces, stir up trouble, or hang myself from the rafters to save the world? I'm not doing any of that. You frowned and issued a warning. My life creed is lying flat. If you dare drop any forced quests that'll kill me if I fail, just unbind right now and don't waste my time ranking up. The system fell completely silent. It had guided so many hosts before, every single one grateful, ready to die for it. But today, not only had this guy ignored it for half an hour, but now, the emotionless mechanical voice actually carried a hint of helpless compromise. Host, please rest assured, as long as others are grinding hard while you successfully slack off, you will receive generous rewards. The more they involute, the better you'll feel. Your eyes lit up instantly. As long as everyone else was killing themselves grinding, you could just slack and still get rewards. This deal was way too good, so you graciously waved your hand, reluctantly agreeing to keep it. Then you got curious about that appearance card. The system immediately explained, good-looking people lying flat? That's called melancholy. Ugly people lying flat? That's just being a loser. You rubbed your chin, feeling like that was pure truth, and immediately activated it. The next second, countless golden light particles flooded into your body. A refreshing coolness washed over your face, every pore on your skin opening up. It felt amazing. But when you casually grabbed a small mirror and looked, you were instantly speechless. Your features hadn't changed at all. Your skin had just gotten a tiny bit fairer. System, you're way too weak for this. The system quickly followed up. The appearance card takes effect gradually. In 1 month, your looks will reach the absolute pinnacle of human aesthetics. Only then did it click. Slow and steady so no one would think you ran off for plastic surgery abroad. Right at that moment, the wooden door to the dorm room was kicked open with a violent bang. Amid the flying dust, your cousin Ling Yue stormed in, murder in her eyes. "Ling Mo, I think you really want to die." Ling Yue grabbed the back of your collar. The CET-6 exam starts in 20 minutes, and you're still here checking yourself out in the mirror. You clung desperately to the edge of the desk, giving her a pitiful look. "My dear sister, even if I go, it's pointless. Just let me lie flat in peace, okay?" But Ling Yue only sneered coldly. "If you dare skip the exam today, I'll expose all your precious little secrets." Before you could even wash your face, you were shoved into a wrinkled t-shirt, slipped on some flip-flops, and dragged off to the exam hall. On the way, crowds of college students with dark circles under their eyes were desperately cramming vocabulary words. You, on the other hand, kept yawning with a look of utter despair on your face. That's when you ran straight into the student council vice president, Du Ziteng. He was wearing a perfectly tailored suit, with the school's famous social climber Liu Lian trailing beside him. "It's almost exam time and you still look half asleep," Du Ziteng said, the corner of his mouth curling into a condescending smirk. Liu Lian fanned the flames right next to him. She used to chase you hard because of your looks, but the second she realized you were just an unambitious slacker, she cut ties instantly and started sucking up to Du Zitang instead. Your cousin was about to explode, but you just lazily let out a huge yawn. Even in a ratty t-shirt and flip-flops, the appearance card's subtle effect made your lazy gaze carry a kind of carefree, roguish charm. Liu Lian's heart skipped several beats just from one glance, but she quickly told herself, so what if he's handsome? He's still a loser who can't even pass CET-6. You lazily dug at your ear. Out of the way. You think I'm crazy? I still need to get to the exam hall for a proper nap. Du Zitang's face instantly darkened. He snorted coldly. Hope you have a good sleep in the exam room, then turned and left with a visibly annoyed Liu Lian. You watched their backs and shrugged helplessly. So fake and pretentious, just like green tea. Ling Yue was so angry her teeth were grinding. She pointed straight at your nose. You better give me some face today. At least score higher than that pretentious prick, or you'll regret it when I lose face because of you. Yeah, sure, you replied half-heartedly. You'd always treated your competitive cousin's words like they went in one ear and out the other. Then Ling Yue slapped you hard on the back and shoved you straight into the exam building. Remember, no turning in early. If you dare leave before time's up, I'll break your damn legs. Her glare looked like she wanted to eat you alive. Soon after, a sharp, piercing exam bell rang through the entire building. The noisy exam hall fell silent in an instant. You could have heard a pin drop. The proctor tore open the sealed test packet with a serious expression. Students grabbed their papers, some already sweating bullets, others biting their pens so hard their brows could crush flies. Yet in that heavy, tense atmosphere, you, sitting by the window in the second-to-last row of the back, looked exceptionally calm and composed. You didn't even glance at the test paper. You just flipped it over, folded it into the perfect pillow shape, rested your arms on it, and went straight to sleep. The whole motion was smooth and practiced, without a single wasted movement. The proctor noticed, pushed up his reading glasses, and frowned deeply. He walked over with his hands behind his back and rapped your desk twice. You didn't react at all. In fact, you smacked your lips and shifted into an even more comfortable position. The proctor shook his head inwardly and let out a heavy sigh. Meanwhile, Du Zitang, sitting diagonally in front of you, caught the scene and couldn't help but curl his lips into a disdainful smirk. Sure enough, a piece of mud that can't stick to the wall. He sneered inwardly, his sense of superiority shooting through the roof. Time ticked by. The anxiety in the room grew thicker. Some students were already frantically pulling at their own hair. 1 hour left until the end of the exam. Everyone please hurry up, and don't forget to fill in your name and test ID. The proctor's authoritative voice rang out. That was when you finally woke up. You slowly lifted your head, rubbed your sleepy eyes, and casually wiped the suspicious drool from the corner of your mouth with the back of your hand. You glanced around at everyone else. Up front, Du Zitang was sweating profusely, staring desperately at the final big essay, gripping his pen like his life depended on it. A few girls nearby had red eyes from sheer panic. Is it really that hard? You stretched lazily, pulled out a nearly worn-down pencil from your pocket, and flipped the test paper over. The moment your eyes landed on it, you froze. Is this really the CET-6? It felt easier than first-grade picture books. Those long, difficult reading passages and complex cloze tests instantly broke down into basic logic in your mind. You didn't even need to read the full hundreds of words. Just a quick glance and the correct answers jumped out like they were bolded and highlighted right into your eyes. This is way too boring. You sighed helplessly. You had been hoping for the fun of pure guessing and probability, but now the answers were staring you in the face and it lost all its charm. Whatever, better finish fast and get out. Your stomach was growling and you still wanted to hit the cafeteria for that limited red braised pork. The next second, your eyes sharpened and your wrist began moving at blinding speed. A rapid, rhythmic scratching of pencil on paper suddenly filled the quiet exam hall. You didn't bother with scratch paper or reading word for word. Your eyes flew across the pages while your pencil, like it had a motor, went wild on the answer sheet. In just 10 short minutes, you had completely swept through the entire brutal CET-6 test from start to finish. Then came the dreaded Big English essay. You read the prompt, decided plain vocabulary would be an insult to the system, and went all out with extremely authentic, elegant London English phrasing and rhetorical flair. Your handwriting danced across the paper like dragons and phoenixes. The whole thing took less than 5 minutes. Just then, the classroom speakers crackled with sharp static before the English listening section that terrified countless students began. But the moment the audio hit your ears, something magical happened. What used to sound like gibberish now felt like someone telling you a bedtime story in your native tongue with the most standard, natural pronunciation. 20 minutes later, you casually tossed your pencil aside. Done. You pushed the fully filled answer sheet to the side and flopped back onto the desk. The proctor saw this, and his face turned black on the spot. Great. Slept through the start, woke up, scribbled randomly, couldn't even be bothered to write a proper essay, and went right back to sleep. He stormed over with a dark expression, determined to see just how bad your paper was. But when he reached your desk and glanced down, he froze. It wasn't blank. He rubbed his eyes, leaned in closer, and read the essay. He had expected broken Chinglish, but instead he was hit with sophisticated, archaic English sentence structures and vocabulary so obscure that even this veteran professor would need to consult the Oxford Dictionary on the spot. The proctor was completely stunned. His head buzzed. This wasn't a normal CET-6 essay, it was more like a doctoral thesis from Oxford's literature department. His fingers trembled from shock as he stared at you sleeping peacefully. He could only shake his head and sigh. Are today's young people really this monstrous? This dramatic scene was perfectly caught by Du Zitong right in front of you. He had just finished his last question and was feeling smug about his performance. He turned and saw the proctor standing at your desk, body shaking, head shaking, sighing nonstop. Hilarious. Du Zitong nearly laughed out loud. Just as expected, a hopeless failure. Must have turned in a blank sheet and pissed the teacher off so badly he's shaking. His superiority complex soared straight to the clouds. At that exact moment, the bell for collecting papers rang like a death knell. Everyone stand up. Hands off your papers. No more writing. The proctor's stern voice echoed. The hall erupted in miserable wails. I'm screwed. I guessed the entire listening section. What the hell did that essay prompt even mean? In contrast to the chorus of despair around you, you stood up unhurriedly, grabbed your jacket, let out a huge yawn, and looked lazily like you could fall back asleep at any second. As you turned in your paper and walked past, Du Zitong, freshly done and full of himself, saw your listless appearance and curled his lips into a mocking sneer. He deliberately raised his voice for the people around him. This year's CET-6 really is getting easier. Some people probably couldn't even understand the prompts. You slung your jacket over your shoulder and strolled past Du Zitong with slow, swaggering steps. Bro, after watching this insane slacking system, aren't you kinda tempted to try it yourself? If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next wild anime-style recap. We'll catch you in the next one. Stay lazy, stay legendary. Peace.